Okay, so moving on. We have 2 games left, and they are both of the NFC games. I feel like these are kind of more interesting.
It's kind of annoying that they're majority of the NFC West, but sure.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. The NFC West has been phenomenal this year, and all 3 of the teams are in the divisional round. There's a chance that there's a whole division in the NFC Championship, which is just like bonkers. Like, I don't know that I've ever, I can't remember the last time that happened. I don't know, but it's just a credit to that division. And starting things off on Saturday, the first of the NFC teams to go, we have the 49ers at the Seahawks with the 3rd matchup of this season. Now, Seattle is the biggest favorite of any team this week versus this 49ers team, and it's for good reason. The 49ers, they just lost George Kittle. Do they have Fred Warner back? Like, I've been keeping up with it, and he's at practice. He's a limited participant. No, he got ruled out. All right, yeah, that sounds about right. But that's crazy that he was able to practice on Wednesday, but then he did not participate on Thursday. It looks like he got really sore and decided he couldn't go. But just all the guys they've lost this year.
A little too much fun climbing.
Yeah, a little too much fun climbing. Yeah, like, how is he able to do that after basically having the same injury Scadaboo and Godwin had? It's pretty unbelievable. But other key injuries in this one, Josh Jones for the Seahawks is going to be out. Chaz Surratt, the linebacker ankle, he got ruled out. And then Elijah Arroyo, the backup tight end, or kind of number 2, depending on how you look at it, he's out. And then Jair Brown, the safety for the 49ers, he's out. And then it looks like just depth guys. And then D. Winters is questionable. So nothing too crazy in the injury department outside of the guys that 49ers already don't have. But the 49ers or the Seahawks, they measure up to be, I would say, the most complete overall team in the NFL, from coaching to talent to results. The EPA chart, they kind of have the best look of being in the top right corner. They look like they're the closest to it. And I would just say this. The Seahawks should be favored, but don't be fooled by the Week 18 game that this 49ers team played, where they were not fully healthy compared to what they are now. They might not have Kittle, but they do have Trent Williams back, and that is a absolute game changer. So the Week 18 game and the Week 1 game, they don't really matter too much to me. And the Seahawks team is at, the bye week against this 49ers team. That's kind of making me nervous. Colin Cowherd, like I said, he said it about the young teams. Darnold, young head coach, a lot of rookies and young guys on the Seahawks defense. Let me just pose you the question, Dan. If this game happened 10 times, how many times do you think the 49ers end up winning it? Twice, right? That's pretty good odds, honestly.
That is not bad odds.
It's not bad. It's of course
20%.
It's like 20%, 1 in 5. I'm like, I like those odds. I don't mind them, because
especially for backups.
For backups, and the fact that if you have a good first quarter, you are up to 50% chance, I would say. Because you got a psychological chance to mess with this Seahawks team, depending on how you start.
People, I feel like when it comes to rivals, it's different than just playing a West Coast team. It's one, they're back on their same time zone. That's one thing. 2, they've seen each other twice a year. Now 3 times a year. Now this is going to be the 3rd time. And it's the Seahawks, if I remember correctly, they lost the first one, but then won the second one, or they won both?
No, they lost the first one.
Yeah, so they lost the first one, won the second one, way more confidently.
Right. Yeah.
But now it's back in Seattle, where the Niners got shut down.
Yeah. And like I said, it's just different when they have Trent Williams out there and McCaffrey. And something you mentioned I want to come back to. they went west to east and played that well against the Eagles defense. You know, this Seahawks team only knew now that they were going to play this 49ers team this week. I can only imagine they will look just as good against the Seahawks team. They will be capable of putting up 20-ish points, except the Seahawks probably will have less 3-and-outs than the Eagles did, right?
Yes.
So I think they get like an interception out of Purdy, and the 49ers are able to play close. But I think this ends up looking like the Geno Smith versus 49ers games we used to see a few years ago, except inverted, where the Seahawks are just too good of a team. It gets a little hairy, but they pull away in the second half after their adjustments, and then they run home with this one. And then they end up getting the win by a score of something around 21-17. Because somehow the 49ers defense is actually no, I'll say 27-17. I think they pull away late, but I think it's close for most of the game. What do you think, Dan?
I just think Sam Darnold needs a sticky game, like a game to be a game to put the freaking Seahawks on watch. Like they've done this numerous times.
It's not going to be this one, I'll tell you that. Not for me. They better win this game.
I figured, you know what I mean? But it's like I get that they could blow them 3-35, and you'd still sit here and be like,
yeah, if they destroy them, I will be. And I think that I thought for a while this is the second best team. I still kind of feel that way. I still kind of feel like either the Rams or Seahawks are going to pull it out. But if they don't, it's because they lose right here, I would say. That's what I would say. But I digress. I was asking you a question.
Yes. And back to what I was thinking. So Saleh, you could see the great coaching capabilities that he has to do with all these backups. Very poised, very easy to understand, grasp for very, very serious situations kind of players. The offense, while they might only have McCaffrey, Juwan Jennings, and Purdy, right? It's Shanahan makes it work. He makes this thing look absolutely fantastic, and I got no complaints about that.
No.
I'm just curious now how I guess they could replicate that. You know what I mean? Like for me, the Seahawks offense has been working, has been fluid, has been. How does Saleh adjust? Because he couldn't adjust clearly the last time the Seahawks
they couldn't
played
stop the run to save their life.
Stop shit.
And then JSN.
And JSN, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They want this to stop the run. JSN got a 40-yard bomb. They decide to stop JSN or just give a little bit of leeway, a little bit of passage. 15 yards. Charbonnet 35 yards. Yeah. Kenneth Walker 50 yards.
Dude, it
Charbonnet
sucks.
2 yards, steal a touchdown. Like it was just like that all the time. And it's like I wonder now how.
Right. It's the third matchup.
This is the third matchup. I just wonder how the adjustments are going to be made. But one side's not going to make the adjustments because they both lost to each other. So there's definitely going to be a game plan.
Well, I always feel like the ball is it's in the court of the team that lost
last.
And I mean that in a good way because the other team is sort of kind of forced into a logical fallacy.
We beat them like this last time,
so we probably should do that again, but they're probably going to come at us with a different game plan, but we can't just guess. You know, we can kind of presume based off other teams, but I don't think they would attack the Seahawks the same way they attack the Eagles, right? So it's how do you go about that? You just kind of get ready, hope things go well. And if they don't, you have to recover in halftime after this bye week and everything. We'll see. I feel like they should win this game, definitely. But if they don't, that would be a massive disappointment. So you had a score prediction, right? Can you just repeat it to me?
Yes, my score prediction for this game, I'm going 28-21.
Yeah, pretty close. Yeah, I think we both kind of see it the same way, I would argue. But that is certainly going to be a fun one to watch. I think it'll be interesting. Divisional playoff game, sick. Love that. And I just can't wait for this divisional round. It's like the best round in my opinion. You got 8 teams who are still thinking they got a chance to win a Super Bowl, and the drama and the tragedy after the loss, and we were almost at the game where we were 1 game away from the Super Bowl. I love it.